Hey, what's up, guys? This is Andre or Choke Knitter if you know me from my stream, and today I'm going to show you. First of all, there's this new brush I found on Krita, and I really, really love it. I actually forgot the name of it, but I want to do a new video soon on like my favorite brushes, and also I'm going to do another video on how to unlock the Krita 3 brushes, like legacy brushes. But it has this icon right here. That's kind of what it is. I'm doing a playback on VLC Media Player from the streams that I've been doing. I've actually been doing a lot more practice. Particularly, I'm trying to master male anatomy. So a little bit of history that when I grew up, drawing, I really enjoyed drawing like Dragon Ball Z characters. So this started around when I was about 7 or 8 years old, and I would watch Dragon Ball Z on TV, on Toonami, on Cartoon Network, and I would draw like Vegeta and Goku, mostly Goku, and I would just kind of copy what I was looking at, whether it would be pictures from like I don't know, like books that I had, or I would just like stare at the TV and try to copy like the anime art style of Dragon Ball. It's very particular with how they place the eyes and the muscles and like the planes on the face. And obviously, it's been many years since then, but I started out drawing like muscular guys. Then, eventually I went to art school in college and I started doing like live figure drawing classes with like nude models. And it was very interesting seeing the female models and enjoying that aspect and like learning how to draw all the curves and how to be really expressive with the gestures. And I think naturally it was just more enjoyable to draw the female models in those classes, even though we did have male models. I felt like the male models were like blocky and stiff and rigid, and that's kind of how you had to do it. And I remember seeing like some comic drawings of like Batman, Superman, and Robin, and I was like, how are they able to get the quads on the legs, like the thighs, so curvy, and yet still look so masculine? Like get them really, really get the muscles in there, because I didn't really understand that. Like drawing women in the life drawing classes, it felt natural to do that. And you're gonna see in this figure, I'm actually just getting to the legs right now. So what I did is I've been studying like Proco anatomy videos. I know there's a lot of books too, like Bridgman. Um, yeah, Bridgman is one that comes to mind, but there's like a lot of anatomy books that I've been looking at, and also studying Proco videos. Who he's one of the best drawing anatomy teachers out there on YouTube, and I pretty much watch a few videos on how to draw the legs, especially the thighs. And ever since I watched that, I'm like, man, it really is fun to draw, male bodies. And ever since then, I started looking up how to draw, deltoids, where to place the biceps and triceps, where to place the forearm muscles. I don't remember the names of the forearm muscles. I just remember like the radius and the ulna as the bones. Um, but anyway, a lot of times I don't really concern myself too much with learning the names. I think it is helpful to know the names because it helps me like mentally place them. But I think knowing the forms is obviously more important, and remembering where those are is the most important thing. So you can see here, I do use transforms when I feel like something is out of place, using some a little bit of convergent perspective lines to place the muscles on here. Like I said, this is a practice, but I really felt I had a flow going when I was drawing this. So I feel like my practice has been really productive and really satisfying because I'm learning more stuff and I'm applying it. There was actually someone on Twitter who corrected my serratus here. The serratus, like the lines on the left should be um, like more horizontal, more not really have such a strong angle. Um, yeah, the placement of the triceps is not very specific yet. I know and the forearm, I know the ridge muscle. I know kind of where that goes. Like it kind of makes a chain pattern with the bicep and tricep. Um, there was like this Kim Jong Gi video that I watched before that kind of demonstrates that. So I finished that figure on the left, and now it looks like I'm drawing a head here. And there was another video I watched, like some guy who's really into, like one of my friends. He's really into like fitness and aesthetics, as far as like the human body and attractiveness. And he showed me this video on like the ideal placement of like the jawline of the chin on a male. and that's actually kind of been guiding the way I draw the male face. And I feel like it's really been a challenge for me to draw an attractive male figure. And I feel like it's not, I wouldn't say it's easy to draw an attractive female figure, but it is very common, and it is a subject of interest for, I would say, most artists who do draw the female figure in general, or just draw people in general. So most people will end up drawing like female characters and trying to make them really cute and sexy. And a lot of people, I think a lot of people do succeed at it, but I think it's just a lot more rare for me to find like a successfully drawn attractive male figure. And I was asking myself, why? Why is that? Like, male figures are drawn all the time, like Superman and your, you know, your basic superheroes. Why? But why is it difficult to draw attractive male? So I looked a little bit into it, and I was looking up like who is the most attractive male character in comics, and a lot of people were saying like Nightwing in the DC universe and like Gambit in the Marvel universe, and I think they're like sort of rebellious but young, sort of like they've come of age already, but the way they've come of age is like in this sort of bad boy way. I feel like that's, I guess, a very attractive archetype in comics, and I feel like maybe your standard superhero Captain America, good guy, Superman type of guy, maybe they're not seen as quite as attractive, and you know, that's something to explore. Even though they're good, righteous guys, they're more like they represent goodness rather than like they are their own guys and they have their own personalities and stuff like that. I think a character like that can be attractive, but it's sort of something about the bad boy archetype is like really draws audiences. Um, but anyway, yeah. So it looks like I'm practicing like thighs and the forearms here, just learning how to place everything properly. It's really challenging. It's very difficult. Um, and you know, it's part of the process of drawing a attractive male figure. And then I realized as I was looking into this, um, when you're drawing a male figure, typically in male figures, a lot more muscles are showing. Not only anatomically are male figures like I when they're idealized, they're just simply lean. Like when you draw an idealized female figure, people are not usually drawing all the forearm muscles and all the leg muscles and showing definition in them because I guess it's usually not seen as an idealized figure. Like it's not seen as attractive as a woman with a little bit of fat on her like hips or on her arms and legs or something like that. Of course, everyone's beauty standards are different. But like I'm just talking about like typical idealized figures and like what's widely popular. I'm not even talking about my own preferences, just like general people's like if people were to vote, like what would be the popular vote, you know? Because obviously everyone's beauty standards and everyone's preferences are going to be different. Um, but I just kind of want to feel for what's like generally seen as you know, I'm not attracted to men, but I need to learn to begin to recognize like what is attractive in men. Not only so I could apply that to myself in real life, maybe I should like go work out and work on my muscles or something, but really as an artist, I feel like I want to be able to like make a figure that is really appealing to the eyes. And you know, one of the 12 principles of animation is called appeal, and I feel like that's not really something that can be easily taught because not only are people's again people's preferences really different, but you know, it's like how can you attract the general audience with what you're drawing. And um, a lot of times it's pretty easy with like very cutesy things like animals or babies because people do respond to like big heads, big eyes, fat cheeks, like but those are pretty easy to draw, and you don't really need a ton of anatomical knowledge to do that. So I feel like for me, drawing an attractive male figure and getting all the muscles down requires a lot more knowledge, requires a lot more skill and practice than pretty much anything else. And I'm guessing that's why it's a lot more rare. Like for example, if you draw the Hulk, you do need a lot of knowledge and you need a lot of experience with drawing the muscles and where to place them. But at the end of the day, you're just exaggerating and making this huge monstrous figure, and you are accomplishing like a pretty good mastery of the male figure. But the Hulk isn't seen as attractive usually because he's a huge monster, right? Just getting an attractive male. It's all about getting it just right, and it's all about, you know, getting the little features, the subtleties of the features in the right spots. Um, and obviously, people have different preferences on how big their muscles are, how lean they are. But I kind of like a fighter's body. Like, there's this fighter, Muay Thai fighter named Buakau Banchamek. I'm gonna pause the video to sort of like show that. Whoops. I'm gonna show like the last couple frames on this video, um, at the very end here, and I'm gonna pause it, and then I'm gonna talk about Buakau. Like if you look up this guy, Buakau, he's a Muay Thai fighter, and he's so lean. He looks like he has such a little body fat, and he has a really great record in Muay Thai, and that's kind of my inspiration for what a body. Uh, for me, not that I'm attracted to him, but I believe his body is just really cool and inspiring. And if I were to ever work out, I would want to like reach his level. I do need to work out more, so maybe I can look at myself in the mirror and look at my own muscles, and that would maybe help guide my drawing. Maybe not even just look at my own muscles in the mirror, but like I can start, feeling around my own body, my forearms and legs, and like feel where the muscles are, and that should help me understand the forms a lot better. But yeah, I hope that was a fun video for you guys to listen to and to watch me draw and practice. I do have a lot more of these coming, more tutorials coming, and more just random videos coming. I did put out a poll recently about what you guys want to see, and a lot of people want to see more tutorials. Now, because I don't consider myself a master of drawing the figure, I don't consider these tutorials, I kind of see them more as workshops where you guys can see me draw, but you guys are free to like point out places that I can improve or learn from places where you think I'm instructive or you think I'm good at. So it's all about improvement. It's all about getting better. And if you can improve or you can help me improve, that is the goal. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed that, and I will see you guys later.